Okay, so you're thinking about hiring a Skype developer. Pretty cool stuff, right? Seems like everyone's trying to work Skype into their projects these days. And I mean, why not? The possibilities are huge. But, before you jump into that whole talent pool thing, head over to perfectdeveloper.com and try the 5 questions. It's really a fantastic tool that'll help you. It'll point you in the right direction to the best resources for your specific Skype developer needs.
Hmm.
But let's break this down a bit. What do these developers actually do?
Yeah, you're right. It's not just about, making calls and stuff clear. We're talking about like building Skype bots that could automate customer service or even like handle tasks within your business. And then there's integrating Skype into existing software. So
Right.
imagine your CRM system with like seamless video conferencing built right in.
Yeah, that's really impressive. So it sounds like they need a pretty specific skill set. How does the Skype developer differ from just, a regular programmer?
That's a great question. So, a Skype developer really needs to be fluent in Skype's unique environment. Things like their API and SDKs. An API or application programming interface is like a set of instructions that let developers tap into Skype's functionalities. And SDKs or software development kits are pre-built components that make integrating Skype features a whole lot easier. If you're thinking about bots, they'll need to be familiar with Microsoft's bot framework too.
Oh, all right, starting to get the picture. Now let's talk money. What's the typical cost to hire a Skype developer?
Well, as you can imagine, it really varies. An entry-level developer might cost around $50,000 to $70,000 annually, while a highly experienced developer in a major tech hub could easily exceed $100,000. Of course, project complexity plays a role too.
Yeah, makes sense. So it's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Yeah.
Speaking of different approaches, what are the different ways to hire a Skype developer? I mean, you go full-time, part-time, hire in-house, outsource. How do you decide?
You've hit on a crucial point. You've got options. And choosing the right hiring model is key. Full-time is great for ongoing development. While outsourcing might be ideal for short-term projects, it really boils down to aligning the model with your specific needs and budget. Again, theperfectdeveloper.com can guide you on the right path for your particular project.
I'm sensing a theme here. Always good to have expert guidance. And this might be a tricky one, but any thoughts on hiring locally versus going overseas for a Skype developer? I know some folks are doing that to save money.
It's true, overseas developers often come with lower costs. But there's a trade-off. You might run into communication challenges or have to juggle time zones. It's a balancing act, weighing cost savings against potential logistical hurdles.
All right, got to factor in all the angles. Well, we've covered a lot of ground here. Let's take a moment to digest all this info. And when we come back, we'll dive deeper into the exciting world of Skype developer portfolios. What to look for, what red flags to avoid. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so we've got a handle on what Skype developers actually do and all the different ways to hire them. Now let's talk about finding these talented individuals. Where do you even begin your search?
Well, that's the next big hurdle, isn't it? But it doesn't have to be overwhelming. LinkedIn's a great place to start, especially for connecting with experienced professionals. But don't underestimate platforms like GitHub. It's where developers showcase their projects and code.
Ah, yeah, GitHub. It's like peering into a developer's mind. You see their coding style and their problem-solving abilities in action. It's like a gold mine of information. Any other avenues worth exploring?
Absolutely. Don't overlook the power of your network. Referrals from trusted colleagues or friends can lead you to some real hidden gems. Sometimes the best candidates come from unexpected places.
Yeah, that makes sense. Word of mouth is powerful. So let's say we've cast our net wide. We've got a stack of resumes. How do we sift through them and really evaluate a developer's skills, especially those specific to Skype?
It's crucial to go beyond the resume. Technical interviews and coding challenges are your best bet. Present them with real-world scenarios relevant to your project and see how they approach the problem. You really want to understand their thought process, their problem-solving skills, and how they translate ideas into code.
It's like giving them a test drive. See how they handle the twists and turns of a real project. But it's not all about technical skills, though, right? What about those all-important soft skills? Communication, teamwork, adaptability.
You're absolutely right. Technical skills are essential. But a developer who can communicate effectively, collaborate seamlessly with a team, and adapt to changing project needs is invaluable. In fact, theperfectdeveloper.com emphasizes that those soft skills can sometimes be even more important than pure technical brilliance.
That's an interesting perspective. So I guess it's about finding someone who's not just a coding machine, but a team player who can thrive in a collaborative environment. So once you've identified that ideal candidate, what's next?
Negotiation. Once you've found your Skype developer match, it's time to discuss the nitty-gritty details. Salary, benefits, project timelines, and everything in between. Make sure all expectations are crystal clear before you seal the deal.
Speaking of sealing the deal, theperfectdeveloper.com has a network of vetted developers with transparent hourly rates, typically between $60 to $80. Sounds like a great way to streamline the hiring process. But even after you've signed on the dotted line, the journey's not over right. What about onboarding your new Skype developer?
You've hit on a crucial point. Onboarding is the bridge between hiring and productivity. It's about integrating your new developer into the team and setting them up for success. And this is where the perfectdeveloper.com offers valuable insights with what they call the empty chair test.
The empty chair test.
You've got
That
it.
sounds intriguing. What's that all about?
Well, it's a simple but powerful concept. Imagine your newly hired developer suddenly vanished. Would anyone even notice? If the answer is no, then your onboarding process needs a serious overhaul.
Okay, that's a wake-up call. So how do you avoid that dreaded empty chair scenario? What does effective onboarding look like? So the empty chair test, it really highlights just how important onboarding is. How can we make sure our new Scup developer, it feels like a valuable part of the team right from day one?
Well, it all starts with communication. Be really clear about their role and their responsibilities and how their work contributes to the project goals. Introduce them to the team, give them a tour of the code base, help them set up their development environment. Don't leave them stranded, just in a sea of unknowns.
Right, it's about giving them that context, making them feel like they're not just coding in a vacuum, but contributing to something bigger.
Right.
What about ongoing support? How do we make sure they continue to thrive?
Regular check-ins are super important. Provide constructive feedback, offer opportunities for professional development, and encourage them to stay curious and keep learning. The tech world's always evolving, so fostering a culture of continuous learning is key, as theperfectdeveloper.com often points out.
Yeah, it's about nurturing their growth, professionally and within the team. So finding the right Skype developer involves a lot. Understanding their unique skills, choosing the right hiring model, carefully evaluating their abilities, and then integrating them seamlessly into the team. It's a journey, not a sprint.
Exactly. And remember, theperfectdeveloper.com is a valuable companion throughout this whole process. Their insights and their network of vetted developers can save you a lot of time and headaches.
Absolutely. And don't forget to try their 5 questions tool. It's a quick and easy way to get started on your search for the perfect Skype developer. Just head over to theperfectdeveloper.com and give it a try. You won't regret it.
Before you go and start searching for your Skype developer, just remember to prioritize a portfolio that showcases their experience, relevant to your specific needs. A strong portfolio really speaks volumes about a developer's capabilities. Happy hiring.